What's up, guys? This is Crypto with James talking to you today about BinaryX. BinaryX is got quite a nice high market cap, about 300 mil. It's looking alright, but I'm not a big fan. And I'll justify why in this video. If you're a BinaryX holder, I'm sure you're not going to like this vid, but I'll explain my reasoning behind why I think it's a bad investment. Also, there's some good news out of Dubai in terms of some crypto regulation. That's a good sign for the markets overall. If I know they've taken the lead, but hopefully we're going to start seeing a bit more clarity in the space. So we'll cover that news story in this vid too. Before I get into it though, guys, if you are new to the channel, these are the first 26 coins I spoke about on this channel. They're also the first 26 coins I owned when I made this channel. Had you put in just $100 into each of these coins when I released videos about them, and you were still holding those cryptos, you did everything wrong as an investor, you never sold them, you just rode them into a bear cycle and a recession. If you sold these coins today, you'll be able to bank 13k in profit from a $2,600 investment. That's a 5x after doing everything wrong. That's not bad. But if you'd sold all these coins in 2021 when the markets were red hot like I did, $100 into each could have netted you a profit of 123k. Huge difference. Now, as I said, I sold all these off. They're not what I own anymore, but if you want to see the coins I own, you can do. You just have to go to copymycrypto.com. On that site, I share every coin I own, every one I buy, every one I sell, and the members are alerted in real time anytime I make any changes to my portfolio. We release videos every day talking about the markets. We've been pinpoint accurate on the market for months and months and months now. Genuinely, we've lost track of how many times we've correctly called Bitcoin's move on any given day. We've also got tutorials set up. These are absolutely perfect for beginners. If you are a beginner to crypto, you have no idea how to get started, these are exactly what you need. They're the same ones I send to friends that are getting into the crypto space. Then on top of that, guys, we've called massive winners on the site. None more so than Phantom. Phantom went up 677 times from when I called it the best investment of 2020. Had you put in $2,000 into Phantom, you could have netted 1.3 million. Now, I will find another Phantom, and when I do, I'm not going to create a course like I did last time. I'm simply going to go onto my site, and I'm going to tell the members about the coin, the gains it can have, and the percentage of my money I'm putting in. If they want to copy along, they can. If that sounds good to you, finding the next big winner without having to do 10, 15, 20,000 hours of research, go read the site now, and remember that everything you read you can verify on this channel's history. Now, BinaryX. BinaryX priced at $1.04. I will point out they've recently migrated and they've enlarged their circulating supply. Now, fundamentally, this is the utility coin behind the BinaryX ecosystem. They're built on Binance Smart Chain, and they've got a DAO, and they've got all the products that utilize this token for the gaming system. They actually began as a derivative trading system, but they realized that GameFi is going to be the big thing, so they transitioned and shifted their focus towards gaming. Now, what I like about the project is that they are starting to add products. You know, they've had Cyber Chess out for a while. They've got Cyberland, Cyber Chess, Cyber Dragon, and Boss Raid. These games are all playable right now, and you can start, enjoying the opportunity to play them. They have actually added to this, and this is a reasonable positive for me actually, is they've added a GameFi vault, and they've added an NFT vault. This is a good sign in terms of adding to the depth of the ecosystem. They're also introduced a launch pad and a launch pool. This is, again, a really nice way of sort of growing this. They'll start doing initial game offerings, so people that want to get in at the ground floor of a game prior to its launch can do. Again, that's a really good sign, and it's a nice way to gain exposure to the gaming space within crypto very, very easily. And the BinaryX token, like I said, fuels everything. Really fast transactions, very, very low fees, heavily backed. And and they've partnered with, you know, your Binances, obviously, as well, and a ton of the sort of exchanges that are out there. I think it is taking the piss a little, putting MetaMask in there as a partner. MetaMask is just MetaMask. So I think they're pushing the boat out a little bit there, and that, to me, is a sign that they've probably not got as many partnerships as they'd like, that they throw in MetaMask as an example of a partner. One thing that they have done is they've got liquidity mining now. So this is where you can utilize, well, you can use the token to start earning a few more adding liquidity. They've also got the NFT marketplace. Again, nice little feature. This is where you can buy whichever characters you want and whichever NFTs you want within the games that they've got. The problem I have with BinaryX, they've done so many, they transitioned from a derivatives trading system. They transitioned the token supply massively, and month on month, the user base is shrinking. If you actually check, like I've dived into the sort of website statistics and everything else, and the fact is that month on month they are dropping in terms of user base. Now that's a bad sign. If it's a gaming ecosystem where they're adding games, you would be hoping that month on month they are growing. The fact that they are not, for me, is somewhat concerning. And right now, in terms of games that are being played, Cyber Chess is not being played very heavily at all, from the evidence that I've seen. And Cyber Dragon, while it is starting to be, well, it is being played a bit, fundamentally, the user base is not there. Also, to add to this, the circulating supply is minuscule compared to the max supply. You know, there's only 14% of the max supply out. And again, actually, when you go through everything on here, there is no sort of evidence regarding the token distribution. So time frame wise, it's really not great. You don't have there's no understanding of when the coins are going to come out. There's no understanding of how long it's going to take for the total supply to be reached. And that, again, a lack of information becomes problematic, because fundamentally we're not going to be sure of the amount of tokens out at any given time. And again, here we go. So output method. The total production will be 21 million. So this has changed. So they've said 21 million. So they've not even updated, because obviously it's 2.1 billion now. So they've not updated any of it. And again, there's no breakdown of how many tokens are going to be out by the end of the year. There's no breakdown of how many tokens are going to be out in 6 months. That's a problem, because if all of a sudden the marketing or the people that were in pre-sales or the team just decide to dump, we don't actually have a understanding of how long they're vesting for. So all these combined for me are really concerning, and I don't think long term this is going to be a big winner. Now, I will counter this by saying if they start adding 4 or 5 games that are heavily played, of course this could start doing very, very well. But right now there's not really a ton of evidence for a lot of gameplay. And without a legitimate breakdown of when the tokens are coming out, there's not going to be a clear understanding of what the price, how many tokens are out in 6 months. So how can you predict a price point? For me, it's just too high a risk in terms of the potential for success. The risk versus reward ratio here is pretty crap. So personally, I wouldn't touch it. If you want to play the games, cool. If you can earn via playing the games, great. But as an investment, for me, it's one not worth taking. But guys, what do you think? Do you like the fact that, does it upset you that you don't know what the token distribution is going to be? Are you concerned about the fact that month on month the user base is shrinking? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you're a returning viewer, hit the subscribe button. These videos will make you money. They'll also save you money. And karma's a real thing. So if you do something nice, like hit the subscribe button, your karma points will go up and you'll be rewarded in life. Alright, now, before I get into the news, if you guys want to see the coins I own, go to copymycrypto.com. On the site, I share my entire portfolio. I let the members know in real time anytime I buy or sell any coin. Videos are released every day talking about the markets. We have had pinpoint accuracy predicting the exact move of Bitcoin countless times now. We've lost count. Then on top of that, the tutorials are perfect for beginners. If you're a crypto beginner and you don't know where to start, this is what you want. And we have predicted and called some of the biggest winners in crypto. Phantom on our site was predicted as one of the biggest winners, and it went up 677 times from when we called it the best investment of the year. Now, when we find the next Phantom, we're not going to jump on and create a course. We're going to go onto the site. We're going to tell the members about the coin, the gains it can have, and the percentage of the money that I'm putting in. And if people want to copy along, they can. If you don't want to do 10,000 hours of research, but you do want to find the next big winner, go read the site now. Remember that anything you read, you can verify on this channel's history. And last thing, guys, Dubai. Dubai's crypto industry welcomes new licensing regime amid the global uncertainty. So Dubai's crypto industry is thrilled the jurisdiction has finally unveiled its crypto regulatory framework, giving locals a concrete licensing regime for issuing digital assets. The framework comes after crypto markets went into a tailspin over the past year, prompting regulators everywhere to double down on setting up or enforcing safeguards. Under Dubai's new rules, all entities planning to offer one or more crypto-related services must seek the relevant authorization and licenses. The framework is accompanied by 4 compulsory rulebooks for service providers and 7 activity-based rulebooks that set out requirements by the type of service offered. This has been praised by Talal Tabah, I'm probably butchering that name, apologies, who's founder of CoinMena, as elegantly designed. Dubai is one of 7 emirates of the United Arab Emirates, aiming to become a global crypto hub, and has been courting companies ever since. Since the new rules were published, institutional crypto custody provider Hex Trust became one of the first to get operational. And I expect that we'll start seeing a lot, like a big flurry of cryptos starting to move towards Dubai, because at least there's clarity, at least there's understanding of what the rules are in the nation. And as a result, we're probably going to see a surge in terms of investors coming from that region as well, because people understand what the rules around crypto are going to be. And that's something that we're lacking in Europe, in the UK, in America. And as we start seeing clarity, hopefully, we will start seeing less SEC BS, less nonsense lawsuits, and hopefully a reinvigorated market. But this is a good step in the right direction. Now it just needs to transition across the world. But, you know, you can't hope the governments are going to be efficient or quick. This doesn't change my outlook on how fast or how successful the UK government's going to be, certainly. We've been piss poor so far. But we'll all cross our fingers that we're going to see some semblance of clarity in the near future. Anyway, that's it from me, guys. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.